done in the organizations. And any organization, if you want to make successful, compulsory you have to follow these functions. Okay, that is first one is planning, second organizing, third staffing, fourth directing, and fifth one is controlling. Okay, in this part we discussed about that, how we are going to plan, how we are going to execute the things. But one thing you remember, that whatever the activity we are going to perform in an organization, the major thing what we require, that is finance. Okay, if we are not able to handle the finance in the proper way, okay, then the any type of the organization, we are not going to succeed in that particular business, because the economics, that means it's regarding a study which deals with the money every day. Just to take an example of your house. Okay, your father, they are earning, okay, they are doing some job and they are getting salary, but that amount should be utilized properly for the whole month. Okay, see that how we are going to organize all those things. Okay, we are studying about this part. See, in this economics part, I'm going to explain. Okay, I'll give a brief about this economic part, because in the examination, you are going to get two questions. You have to answer from first model and second model, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay, and you have a problems. Here, these are the problems are very, very important for not only for the subject wise, also we require these knowledge for everyday life in our life. Okay, just say that whenever you're going to the market, when you're going to purchase anything, you should know how we are going to spend the money, how we are going to buy, how we are going to sell. Any type of the activity, if you are going to perform in the market, we should know how we are going to spend, how we are going to earn. That is important. Okay, in this economic part, we are going to study about the three major content. One is, the first one is present worth calculations, future worth calculations, and annual worth calculations. After that, we are going to discuss about the how we are going to finalize a cost of the product. See that whenever we are going to manufacture any products, okay, the organization, finally what we have to do, that is we have to we have to finalize the cost of the product. See that everything is totally depending upon the, how we are going to finalize, how we are going to make that the cost of the product, how we are going to finalize the cost of the product. That is very, very important, because the customer, he will concentrate majorly on the cost of the product. First, he'll think about the cost. After that, he'll go for the quality of the product. So somewhere what happened in anyone you already experienced regarding this one. When you are going to purchase anything, first you are going to see the cost of the product. Okay, for example, now we just take an example of your Flipkart. Okay, whenever you are going to purchase right now, always you are going to wait for some occasions. In the last week, you already saw that no, there is a big billion day. On that, many people you purchase many of the things. Why? Because of the cost of the product. Okay, they are giving offers. They are going to attract the customers by giving the discounts, by giving the offers on the products. And only many people they are going to purchase. In the normal days, they are going to keeping the cost of the product as usual what they already finalized. See that here, this is the business. Okay, is just say that whenever you are going to, first of all, there's a one common question everyone's mind it comes. Being an engineer, why we require this economic subject? This is the first and important question. Why we require this economic? See, in this, whenever we are going to discuss about the manufacturing of a product, okay, first we have to think about our investment. because without any investment calculations we cannot manufacture anything, because we cannot purchase any raw material, we cannot use any machineries, we cannot use any manpower, we cannot manufacture any product without a calculation of a finance in the organization. See that whenever we are going to finalize the cost of the product, you should know all these things. Being an engineer, whenever you are going to design any product, okay, majorly just imagine whenever many people, your seniors also, they are saying that sir, we require a design job. Okay, whenever you are going to think, many of the people also, you are also thinking about the design jobs in the mechanical department. Okay, design job, what is that design job? When you are going to design a product which should be a low cost and maximum utilization, and the quality of the product should be increased. Always you have to reduce the cost of the product or cost of a manufacturing activity. Okay, then only you are going to get a maximum profit in the organization. The design should be like, okay, it should be a minimum cost and a maximum profit you can get it. Okay, that's why here for a mechanical organizations, always we should remember the finance part is a major criteria, major factor which is affected for the organization. Clear? Then comes to that, what is engineering economics? Say engineering economics, which deals with the methods that enable to make economic decisions. Okay, see that whenever when I'm going to manufacture any product, first I'm going to think what is the raw material, where is the raw material is available, and how much raw material is available for what cost. Okay, we have to take the decisions which can be minimize or maximize the benefit of the business organization. Say that whenever you are going to manufacture a low cost product, but when you are purchasing a raw material which can be high cost, then it cannot be withstand. We cannot get the profit. This is benefit for the business organization. That is very, very important. Or another one is a definition for the economics is, it is a study of economic problem of the people concerning the production, consumption, exchanges, and distribution of the wealth. Say that whenever you are going to take an example of it, just now I told that your father is earning some amount for a 1 month. Whenever he is getting a salary, then how we are going to spend that money, that is very, very important, because if we are not doing any proper planning for that particular amount, then at the end of the month we are in the difficult situation. Like that in the organization also, they have to plan, they have to take the economic decisions which can be maximize the benefit for the organization. Okay, that's why this economics is very, very important for us to make the organization in the better situation. And the following are the economic goals. What are the goals? Okay, by applying these knowledge, what are the goals we can achieve? Okay, the first one is high level of employment. See, whenever you have a money, okay, in the organization, we can hire the people for the better jobs. Okay, that is employment is a major thing. Now we just see that, for example, in the last 8 months, what happened in the lockdown, many people they lost their jobs. Why? Because of the orders for the organization. Without any orders, they cannot pay the salary to the employees. Okay, like that they lost, many people they lost that employment. Okay, here if they have a money, then what happens? They are going to retain the workers in the organization, then there is not much problem for the employees. Okay, because of the high finance condition of the organization, we can create a high level of employment. Then second, price stability. Okay, now The price stability is the major criteria or a factor for the organizations to run successfully in the organization. If you are increasing the price of the product, okay, whatever the price is already available, if you are increasing, then we have a chance to reduce the customers. If you are going to reduce the price, maybe you are going to get more customers, or also there is the one problem is that we can lose our customers. Okay, like that here, proper planning of economic situations of the organization, we can continue the stability in the price of the product. Then efficiency, and I think you're familiar with this word in the thermodynamics. Okay, in the market, we have to run our organization with a profit region. Okay, so that here, the always the organization people what they are thinking, our organization should be a higher level in the market. Okay, when you are going to work effectively and efficiently in that particular activity, then always the organization should be in the higher positions. Then comes to that an equitable distribution of the income. Okay, I'll give these two things along with the example in the next bit how we are going to distribute the incomes. Briefly, I'll tell that. Okay, now just say that whenever activity is performing in the organization, a proper distribution of the income, that means how we are going to spend our finance or our money in the organization and in the market. Okay, that is very, very important. Okay, see, all these economic decisions should be taken before you are going to do any manufacturing activity, because these economic decisions are very, very important. If you did any mistakes in this taking the decisions before, then definitely that organization should be in the loss region. Then finally, the growth of the organizations. If you are properly handling all the aspect of this finance or economic part or economic decisions, then the organization is definitely in the profit region. Okay, these are the major goals which can be uh, achieved by any organization in the market. Then the next one is scope of engineering economics. See, an engineering aspirant can perform the following role. That means, see that well, just now I told that why these engineering students or engineers they require this economic subject. See that the first one is demand analysis and forecasting. Demand analysis means how much demand of a product in the market that should be analyzed. How we are going to analyze this? See that for example, take example of your I think Flipkart. Okay, whenever you are going to purchase any product, they are asking for the feedback. Sir, okay, whenever you are going to give the feedback of that particular product, what you purchased, okay, that is also one of the factors to analyze the demand of the product. Now you just see that if you given a bad feedback for any product, then what happens? As the organization they will start thinking over that particular fact in which area they are lagging behind. Second, then they have to forecast. That means before the forecasting means a future course of action. Okay, first you have to analyze the demands by the customers, then you have to forecast. Forecast means how much raw material are required, how much machinery is required, and how much product I have to manufacture, how much demand for our product in the market. You have to analyze all those things. Okay. Then second, it comes that is a production and cost analysis. Just now I told that the production means we are going to start a manufacturing activity in the organization, and the cost analysis for each and every part of the every activity in the organizations we have to spend money. Okay, for example, if I am going to start any machinery in my organizations, I need electricity. That means I'm investing money on that particular machine for that particular activity. This is the only simple example I'm telling this. Okay, how we are going to think this economic part in the industry. See, in each and every activity is done in the organization, we are investing money in that particular part of the, sorry, in a particular activity. See that. Then the production and cost analysis. See that cost analysis, we are going to purchase raw materials, machineries, staff we required to operate the machines or to manufacture, to fulfill the manufacturing activities. Then we have to finalize the cost of the product. It totally depends upon the how much we invested on that particular product. Then the third one is we have to product policy, sales promotion, and marketing strategy. Okay. Now just say that this is very, very important because our product quality is good, everything is good, but we are not going to use a proper marketing strategy for selling that product in the market. Okay, then whatever the product is there, we are not able to sell the product in the market. Okay, now just say that we have to make the policies for that particular product we manufacture, then sales promotions and marketing strategy. We can also these things before we are going to make any product, sorry, manufacture any product. These are all the things we have to think before we are going to manufacture the product. Remember this. Then profit management. Okay, how much profit we are going to earn, okay, by manufacturing this product and by selling this product in the market. We have to think before. Then the capital management, that means if we are going to get this much of the profit, then how much capital I have to invest in that particular product and particular manufacturing activities. Then finally pricing decisions, policies and practice. See this chapter, this part comes in your next model. Okay, cost estimation. Okay, how we are going to finalize the product cost depending upon the whole activities which is done in the organization for making that particular product. Okay, these are the common scope of engineering economics. Then comes to that, there is a two types of the economic part. One is the microeconomics and another one is the macroeconomics. Remember this one. These two are very, very important from the point of view. Here, the microeconomics is a study of individuals and business decisions. Okay. Now just say that, just now I told that whenever you are going to work in future, okay, after finishing your degree, then first, whenever you are going to apply for the organization, for the job, first what you are thinking. It's a common thing. Everyone, they are going to think first about what is the salary I'm going to get. No one is thinking that what is the work I'm going to perform in the organization. How much salary I'm getting from that organization, that is we are thinking. Okay, like that here, the microeconomics is a study of individuals or business decisions. Okay, then macroeconomics looks at the decision of countries and government. Macro and micro. Okay, remember these two. Okay, for I gave just example. Okay, that is your job. And come to that macroeconomics, we are taking a decisions regarding the countries and the government. I think everybody are hearing that one. Every day there is GDP and goods and service taxes. All these things they are thinking about the tax, whatever the SGA, what is that? GST and all those things. Okay, it comes in our next model. I don't think, don't go for in detail right now. Okay, only just think about micro is nothing but it is an individual, and macro is nothing but it is the decision of a country and the government. And the next one more important topic of this engineering economics, you just remember that whenever you are going to study this, you just make this 3 stars, because this question every time you are getting in the examination. Problem solving and decision method. See that how we are going to solve the problem. Okay, That is very, very important. You just say that whenever I'm going to manufacture or think about a new innovation, okay, how it starts, how we are going to create a problem. Is it clear? Now you just say that many people they are going to do a research on the particular topics. Now you just say that when you are going to make any thing, a new thing, first what comes in your mind, that is a problem first. See, there's a two types of words are there. One is the real word and another one is a symbolic word. Okay. Now just say that always the problem statement comes in the where that should be in a real word. That means I'm going to imagine a problem statement. Okay, for example, take example of nowadays, every day they are going to launch a new car. What is that? Every car they have their own features. Okay, now within a minimum cost, you are going to get a maximum features, maximum facilities in your particular vehicle. Okay, see, in a before 20 years back, whatever the vehicles are available in the market, and right now, what are the type of the vehicles available in the market, you just compare both. There's a lot of difference in terms of features or specifications or whatever the criteria. Why? These are the problems which comes in the customer mind. Say that whenever he's spending money on that, he required a maximum facility. Always be think. Okay. In this real world, always the problem is generated or oriented in the real world. Okay. Now this problem, if I'm going to think, okay, I have my bike. In that I'm going to think, okay, there's a one charger. If it is there, then it is helpful for me to when I'm going to when I'm in a journey. Okay, now that organization they got that idea and they introduced the charger in the bike scooter. Okay, like that, these are the things. The problem will be originated in the real world. Then after that, collect the required data. Okay, now just see that the problem is originated in the real world of the economic planning, management, and control. Then the second step, problem is defined and clarified by data. Please mute your audio. Okay, now whatever the statement of the problem, based on that problem statement, you have to collect the data. Okay, and clarify the problem. That is the first step. Define the problem clearly by collecting the data. Then it move to the symbolic word. Here in that we are going to think about the experimentation. Okay, hypothesis. Okay, we have to do the experiments, and finally we have to predict whatever the value, whatever the things we have to make that product or make that problem should be solved. Okay, this information is subject to analyzed based on the scientific principles to formulate hypothesis in the symbolic word. Now, after the predictions, then you have to test or verify the things. Okay, that testing and verification should be done in the real world. Okay, now the problem originates in the real world, then collect the data in the real world, then finally we have to experiment and we have to predict the things by applying a symbolic manner. Then after finishing that, we have to test and verify the things what we done, and then finally we have to give the feedback. If you achieve that solution for that particular problem, then the work is done. If not, then again you have to change the data what we require. Again the cycle will be continuously repeat or repeatedly we have to perform to get the final problem solution. Okay, in an examination this question is compulsory. Remember this. Many times they ask this question in the examination. Okay, you have to draw this diagram and write down these 4 points. Okay, that is by manipulating and experimenting and An analyst can simulate and project reality in the multiple configurations to understand the outcome. Okay, simply you have to write down after testing, if there is any violation in the solution of the problem, then we have to again check the data and change the data. Then again you have to perform these things, then test it. Till now, if you are not getting a solution, proper solution for this problem. Once you get the solution for the problem, then your work is done. Okay, these are the two words which we are going to use. One is real word and another one is the symbolic word. Here we are going to use a scientific method to perform any activity. Okay, this is very, very important question. Remember this. And this is the law of demand and supply. See, this is the law of supply and law of demand. An interesting aspect of economy is that the demand and supply of a product are independent and they are sensitive with respect to the price of the product. Remember, the demand and supply are totally dependent. Okay, when the demand increases, supply decreases. When the supply increases, demand decreases. These are the common things we should know. But here, when we are going to consider the price of the product, then both the things are totally difficult things to understand. Okay, now you just see that here is two are independent. Okay, and they are sensitive with respect to the price of the product. Okay, in this figure, clear that when there is a decrease in the price of the product and the demand for the product increases and the supply decreases. Now you just imagine only this demand curve, price and quantity. The x-axis, it shows the quantity of the product and price is the y-axis, that is the price of the product. See, only first go through this curve and go through this statement. Decreases in the price of the product. See that here it is decreases in the price of the product. The demand of the product increases. That means the quantity of the product is increases. Just now I told that whenever you are going to reduce or decrease the price of the product, whenever you are going to purchase a mobile phone, for example, okay, if you are getting that in a minimum cost, then many people they are going to purchase a product. That means the demand for that product increases. Okay, because here we are considering the price of the product and the quantity. Okay, the price, if I am going to neglect this price, then the entire diagram will be difficult for explain. Both the things are reversed. At the same time, lowering the price of the product makes the producer restrain from the releasing more quantity of the product in the market. Hence, the supply of the product is decreased. Now you just see that the price of the product goes on reducing, the demand increases, goes on increasing, price reducing and goes on increasing. Then what happens? The supply of the product goes on reduces. Okay, because more number of people they are going to purchase the product. Okay, at that moment what happens? The supply, whatever the products we should already we have, that should be reduced. Okay, we cannot able to supply that much of the demand to the customer. For example, take example of yours in 10 years back, there's a Maruti Swift. Okay, in the market, what happened? 2 months, 3 months waiting period, they are going to tell that. Okay, in that showroom, people. Why? The demand for that particular product is vehicle is more. Okay, many people they require that vehicle, but the organization, that manufacturing is not able to supply that much of the quantity. That's why they are going to tell that the waiting period for the particular vehicles. Okay, like that. And ignore this line, then what happens? The price of the product increases. Okay, now it's just the same thing. Demand increases, supply reduces. And there's a some point where these two supply and demand curve interact. Okay, there's a some point these two curves are intersect. and that point we call it as a break even point. That means whatever the demand is there, the supply is also there. That means both are equal. There is no waiting period. There is no any reduce in the supply. Okay, if the demand for the product is 1,000 and the supply is also 1,000, at that point both are same. Okay, okay. The point of intersection of the supply curve and the design curve is known as equilibrium point. Also we call it as a break-even point. Okay. At the price corresponding to this point, the quantity of the supply is equal to the quantity of the demand. That's why we call it as a equilibrium point for that particular product. Then factors. There are some factors always influencing the demand and the supply. See, these two are very, very important because it is a common sense you have to apply before you are going to discuss these factors. Okay, now just see that factors influencing a demand. Okay, that means the shape of the demand curve is influenced by the following factors. One is income of the people. Okay, now you just see that whenever I'm going to purchase the product, okay, if I have that quantity of the money with me, whatever the income of my mine, then only I can purchase that product. Take example, now I'm able to afford a small car. I take example of one car that is a around about 4 lakh to 5 lakh rupees. Okay, my income is yearly. If I'm getting a 6 to 7 lakh rupees, then I can afford that vehicle. Okay, if I have only 5 to 6 lakh rupees per annum, my income, I'm not able to purchase 25 to 30 lakh rupees vehicles. Okay, because that is my income of the people also affect this demands. But I am very much interested. I am very much interested to purchase that vehicle. But the first thing is my income is a major factor that should be affected for this demand. Is it clear? Second one, price of the related goods. Just now I given the example, the vehicle. If I'm able to afford 4 to 5 lakh, instead of the product cost is more than my income, then definitely I'm not going to purchase this because the price of the product. And somewhere what happens is the taste of the customers. That is also one major factor. Okay, many people, if I'm going to ask, okay, mobile phones. If I'm going to keep two mobile phones in front of you, one is a that is a one given the one small mobile phone and other one is the Apple phone and then one is a Redmi, Apple and Samsung. Okay, in these three, okay, many people is just forget about your income, forget about your price. Many people, which mobile phone they are going to select? Okay, the maximum people they are going to select the Apple phone. Okay, right now because I already told that income and price of the product ignoring. Okay, ignore both. Then definitely all the people they are going for the Apple phone because everyone they want the Apple mobile phone, but the price and the income is a major criteria. Okay, that's why. See, I'm just telling my point of view. Others' point of view, I don't know. Okay, but the thing is, the income and price and the taste. These are the three major factors which can affect the demand for the product in the market. If these three factors are fulfilled, definitely the person is going to purchase a good quality and good appearance and very good products. Okay. Then come to the second one, that is the factors influencing the supply. Okay. The first one is cost of the input. Okay, how much we are going to invest on that particular product. Second, that is the technology. Okay, if we are not going to use nowadays, we are going to use automation. Okay, in our organization, definitely we are going to fulfill whatever the supply, whatever the demand for that particular product in the market, we can easily get it. Then comes to that weather. This is a major criteria or a factor. See that in the summer season we are going to sell a more cold products. In a winter season we are going to sell a more less cold products. Okay. See that in a major summer season we are not going to sell a sweaters. In a cold or in a rainy season we cannot we required some jackets or sweaters and all those things. These are the depending upon the weather. Okay, that is also very important factors for the supply. Price of related goods. Okay, it's a less affected for the organization when you are going to supply. Okay, because the organization always they are going to forecast for the price of the product before they are going to start the manufacturing activity. Okay, these are the major factors which can be considered for demand and supply. Okay, any one person, you just switch on your mic, but don't talk. Is there any doubts? Please raise your hand. Anyone you have a doubt till now? These are the basic things why we required this economic part in our engineering subjects. I explained. Anyone? Anyone have a doubt? If you have a doubt, you just raise your hand. If not, I will continue. Lohit, please switch on your mic. You have any doubt? Lohit, are you there?
No, sir.
No. What no? Are you understanding or
Yes, sir.
okay? Okay. Mute your audio. See, these are the things we required. Before that, I'm going to give some instructions regarding this. This is about the introduction about economics, what we are going to think in our present or everyday life. Okay. Now, for all, I'm just telling this. Okay, in the next class, you just do one thing. In your, you just in a Google, you just type that compound interest tables. Okay. Okay, in that Google, you have to download that compound interest table because we are going to solve the problems with the help of that compound interest table. Without a compound interest table, you are not able to solve any single problem in your examination because as you already knew about the question paper pattern, you are going to get a 10 questions. That is the first 4 questions you are going to get it from first 2 models. Remaining 6 questions you are going to get it from the economic part. Okay, if you want to score, you have to definitely attend that particular economic part. Minimum 2 or 3 problems you should solve. Okay, now in this problematic subject, in these problems, compulsory we require that compound interest table. I think everyone you use that steam table in the BTD and ATD problems when you're going to solve that. HG, HFG, HF, these are the values you are finding by using a steam table. Okay, that is the enthalpy of vaporization. Yes or no? Like that. In this subject, we require that compound interest table before we are going to solve the problems. How we are going to use that compound interest table. Okay, I'll tell in a next class. Before that, I'll move further to that law of demand and supply. Okay, that is in the law of demand. We have to find out elasticity of demand, that is small e, that is denoted by small e. Okay, it is a rate at which the demand will change when price changes. Okay, when you are going to increase the price of the product, the demand maybe decreases. When you are going to reduce or decrease the price of the product, maybe demand may be increase. Okay, how we are going to identify this one? Okay, whether that demand is elastic or not. Okay, whether I go for that product manufacturing or not. That is first you have to decide. That means demand is said to be elastic. If you want to say that demand is elastic, when the demand is increases with a small drop in the price, or when the demand decreases greatly when small rise in the price. That means your answer should be E is greater than 1. Then only we can say that demand is elastic. Okay. Now just say that E is greater than 1. In this graph, you just go through that. Okay. Perfectly elastic. That means the price is constant. There is no any increase, there is no any decrease in the price of the product, then E is equal to 1. Okay, that demand is 1. But here, if you are going to say that if E is greater than 1, then I can say that the demand is more. Okay, demand is elastic. Then second one, the demand is said to be inelastic. That means when the demand for the product increases or decreases very slowly with a little drop or increase in the price respectively. Now just see that the vertical line you are going to get it. The price is inelastic. That is the demand is inelastic because the demand, the price of the product decreases, but the demand for the product is there is no any variation. It is a constant one. Is it clear? That's why it is a perfectly elastic, perfectly inelastic. Okay. And these are the two conditions. E is greater than 1, E is equal to less than 1. Then it comes to that when we are going to get elastic is unity. That is E is equal to 1. Okay. When we are going to say that there is no any, that is I told that no equilibrium point in a previous slide. Okay, where the supply and demands are meeting in a one point or intersecting in a one point. Okay, now just demand is said to be a unity, that is E is equal to 1 when the quantity of demanded at the price multiplied by that price remains constant. In other words, you just go through this one. E is equal to change in the demand divided by change in the price. Okay, now by using this mathematically, we have to calculate this elasticity of the demand, that is E is equal to change in the demand divided by change in the price. Okay, now E is equal to delta D divided by capital D whole divided by delta P divided by capital P. Okay, now just say that what is delta P? Change in the price of the product. If whenever the product I am going to purchase in the market, slightly when I'm going to purchase that is slightly higher or slightly lower, that is a change in the price of the product. And second one is that is a capital P, that is original price of the product. Original price of the product. Similarly for the demand, change in the demand for the product and original demand for the product, that is E is equal to delta D divided by delta P into P by D. By using this formula, okay, we are going to find the elasticity of the demand. That means this is the three conditions. E is greater than 1, then demand is elastic. then E is less than 1 is a perfectly inelastic, and E is equal to 1, that is unity. Demand is unity. Okay, these are the three conditions for elasticity of the demand. Okay, now going for one simple problem, I will explain this how we are going to find out the elasticity of the demand. Okay, now one thing you remember that whenever you are going to solve the problems in this particular topic, you have to follow a proper uh, there's a one process is there. You have to step by step you have to go through that, then only you can solve the problem, or first of all you will understand the problem, because each and every sentence is very very important to understand to solve this problem. Okay, now you just go through that. Ed, there is a elasticity of demand is equal to delta D divided by delta P into P by D. Now say that whenever you are going to understand, okay, this question, first see that a product has a demand of 3,000 units. Okay, demand is 3,000 units when priced at rupees 100 per unit. Okay, 3,000 units are demand is there, and the price is 100 rupees per unit. When the price is reduced at a rupees 80 per unit, the sales increases to 3,800 units. Okay, how we are going to analyze this? See that first demand, how much it is? That is 3,000 units at the rate of 100 rupees per unit. Okay, now the cost of the product, that is reduced to 80 rupees. Okay, first it is 100, second it is reduced to 80. Then he is saying that the sales, it is increases to 3,800 units. That means 800 units it is increased when I reduce 20 rupees. Okay, then find whether the demand is elastic or inelastic. Okay, whether I go for this whatever the full demand or not. At what quantity of sales can be demand be called elastic or inelastic? See this. The first thing is always you have to write down the given data. Okay, this is very very important. First step, you have to write down the given data, that is P. What is the original price of the product? Just now I told that no, there is a delta P, delta D divided by delta P into P by D. Original price of the product per unit is 100. Then what is the quantity? That is 3,000 unit. Okay, that is a demand. Okay, you just take it as a delta D or delta Q, whatever. Okay, now you just see that delta P is equal to change in the price we have to find out. That is 100 is the original price, second price is reduced price is 80 rupees. One second. Abhi, class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀನಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅದು. Okay, now you just say the original demand, original price, change in the price, change in the demand. Okay, P is equal to 100, Q is equal to 3,000, then delta P equal to 100 minus 80, that is a change in the product. Okay, this 20 rupees is a change in the product. Then delta D is equal to, that is 3,000 is the original, then change in the demand, that is 3,800, that is 800 unit is a change in the demand. Okay, now substitute these values into this equation, that is delta D, just make it delta D or delta Q, whatever. Okay, you have to use. Okay, delta D divided by delta P. Okay, that is P by D. That is, substitute all the values into this equation. What is delta D? That is 800 unit divided by original demand, that is 3,000, and 20 is the change in the price divided by original price. Okay, just say that change in divided by change in price. Now after getting that, you are going to get the value of 1.33. Okay, now just see that E is greater than 1. That means don't forget to write this condition. Okay, you have to write down this condition after getting this answer. If you are getting only writing this much, if you are not going to, if you are not answering writing this sentence, you are going to lose 1 mark in an examination. Remember this. Okay, because they are not going to ask the value, what is the demand, elasticity of the demand. They are asking a question whether it is elastic or inelastic. You have to write down this sentence. Now you are going to get E is equal to 1.333. That is, it is more than 1. Then the demand is said to be a very elastic. Okay. The second condition, at what quantity the sales can the demand be called elastic or inelastic. Okay. Now you see that at what demand I am going to get E is equal to 1. Okay, because it is a perfectly unity. Okay, always we have to maintain. Always you have to increase the profit. Okay, or you have to maintain the expenditures and the profit. Okay, that should be equal, but don't come below that line. That is we called as a break even point like this. See guys, this is a break even point we required. Okay, this region we call it as a profit, and this region we are going to call it as a loss, and this point we are going to say that is the break even point. BEP, no profit, no loss region. Increases you are getting profit, decreases you are getting loss, and this point we have to maintain, that is no loss, no profit region, like that here. So what sales, if I'm going to maintain, then I'm going to get E is equal to 1. Okay, now just equal to E is equal to the same thing, same, because I don't know the what is the demand here, because I know that E is equal to 1. The condition is when Q, okay, what is Q? When EP is equal to 1. Okay, now you just see that E, we find out that is 1.33, then we say that it is elastic. But when I'm going to say that E is equal to 1, then what is my demand? That is the original demand should be. Okay, 1 is equal to the same thing, you have to substitute, you are going to get the value for Q, that is 4,000 units. If I'm going to sell 4,000 units, then I'm going to say that my demand is unity. Okay, that means here I'm going to demand is more. Okay, elasticity, that is elastic, I can go for that. Up to 4,000 units I can able to deliver the product to the customer. But if it is more than that, I'm not able to sell that product. I can supply the product. Okay, these are the conditions we have to fulfill. Okay, before you are going to start manufacturing of the product, because see that if the product cost is 100, I'm able to make 3,000 units. If I reduce that to 80, I can able to manufacture up to 3,800 units. Okay, more than that I'm not able to give, because up to 4,000 I can manage. That should be E is equal to 1. Up to 4,000 I can manage, I can give the delivery. But more than 4,000 I am not able to give that. Okay, this is the major things we have to calculate before you are going to start any manufacturing. Okay, we cannot say that once you start the manufacturing, then we'll see that what will happen in the future. Not like that. Because in a mechanical industry, every single second we are paying money. Okay, so similarly, for the next another one example, that is a biology electronics is engaged in selling a home appliances for the last 22 years. The company manager found that the following quantum jump in the sales in a TV set, that is 21-inch Sony Vega TV priced at rupees 18,500. Normal sales 2,280 units in a month. Discount sale, that is if we given a 10% of discount, then 390 units in the month they are going to sell. Okay, you can see that this configuration of the way TV set they given, and this is the price of the product. And When 18,500 rupees of the cost of the product, I'm able to sell 280 units in a 1 month. If I given a 10% discount, okay, now I'm selling 390 units. Okay, determine whether this demand is elastic or inelastic. If the demand were to be neither elastic or nor elastic, the same procedure, same problem. Okay, no change. Only the things we change that values. P is 18,500 rupees. Capital D is 280. That is the demand for the original demand for the products. Then change in the demand, that is 18,500 minus 10% discount. That means 90 into 1,000 to 18,500 divided by 100. That is a zero point 0.9 into 18,000. Now I am going to get it delta P equal to 10%. That means 18,510. You have to remove that. That is a 1,850 rupees. That is a 10% of the change in product cost. Okay. Then the demand is increases how much? 390. Then remove my original. You are going to access demand you are getting, that is 110 units in a month. Okay. Now substitute these values into this equation. You are going to get E is equal to 3.93. When E is greater than 1, the demand is very elastic. That means a small drop in the price results in a high variation in the demand. This is the conclusion you have to write. Okay. The second condition, what is given, that for E is equal to 1, for what, how much quantity of the product if I'm going to manufacture, I'm going to get E is equal to 1. Delta P divided by delta P into P by D, that is original price, original demand minus, okay, change in, that is a 2 Q minus 280 divided by 850 into 18,500 divided by 280. That is the original demand. Now up to 380 unit is a thing. We can say that E is equal to 1. Okay, that's why I told that E is greater than 1, E is less than 1, E equal to 1. Okay, it is elastic, inelastic, unity. Okay, these two conditions are okay for the organizations to run the organization in a particular profit region. But when they come to in this region, what happen? Then the loss region starts. Okay, that's why always you have to maintain a proper elasticity in the demands. Whether you just decide your organization whether they are going to fulfill the demand or not. Okay, whatever the customer requirement. Clear? Okay, now tomorrow class I'm going to explain what is the law of supply and the some few more problems I'm going to start. And one more thing I just want to tell you, I don't know, in a 17th, after 17th you are going to start offline classes. Okay, now what will be decided by the department, I don't know. If it is a offline classes, then it's more helpful for me to explain the concept uh, regarding these problems is very very comfortable for me. Okay, now we'll decide what will happen in the organization in your department. After that, we'll inform you. Clear? Okay, we'll meet tomorrow at same time, 10:10. Anyone have a doubt? Please switch on your mic. Okay, I'll take the attendance. You don't worry. Okay. Anyone have a doubt till now? Switch on your mic.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow at 10 p.m. AM. Okay. Good day.
Okay, sir. Thank you.